after completion of alap in our last two sessions, today we are heading towards a jhod practice. So first we need to see what are the similarities and what are the differences between alap and the jhod. So starting with the similarities, jhod also progress like a alap. So there we have sa to ni, then ni to pa, and then we will make that boundary fix, and then we'll improvise within that limit. So that concept of improvisation, the concept of Drupad, is the same here. What we have experienced, what we have played in alap. What are the differences? The first difference, the jhod has a tempo, lay, what we call it in it, whereas the alap is a free from the tempo. It's independent of the tempo. So from this jhod onwards, all the segments that we'll have, jhala and the composition, drut composition, all, they are bounded with the tempo. Only the alap is the segment where you are independent of the time, you are independent of the tempo. So when I am saying time, it's a tempo, okay, or lay in general we say it. Now when you are saying that you are playing something with a lay, then there will be two parameters for sure of that lay. The first is the speed of that lay. What we call in a musical way, we call it as a tempo, T-E-M-P-O, or also we call it as a beat rate. The unit of that beat rate is a beats per minute, BPM. So in general, it has been observed that for the jhod, we keep tempo somewhere between 40 BPM to 50 BPM. In some cases where you have a less time to perform, there you may go for a tempo higher than 50 BPM for the jhod, but that's an exceptional case. In the normal case, in normal practice and normal performances, we observe that tempo can be somewhere around 40 BPM to 50 BPM. So this is the first parameter. Now the second parameter, whenever we talk about the lay cannot be the open. Now what is the difference between open lay and the circle? So when I'm playing something which is into the beat, but there is no any repetition of the beat number. Suppose if I'm playing something ni sa re ma ma pa ni da. So see, these things are in a lay. They are bounded with the time, but this doesn't show a completion of the phrase because there is no completion of the beat. It's going infinitely. Okay. So in a practical music, the beats can never go infinite. It has to be in a loop of some finite number of the beats. That is called the beat cycle, or in other way, that's what we call as a tal. So when we are saying tal, today only one seminar was going on, and one student asked a very good question, that what is the difference between lay and the tal? Okay, so this is the difference between lay and the tal. So when you say a lay, that is, lay means something which gives you the time interval. It doesn't ensure that you have to finish this thing within this time. It just gives you the time interval, like tick, 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 tick. So this is called lay. But the tal is, along with these beats, along with this lay, it also shows the starting and the completion of your phrase time. Okay, that is called a cycle. So when I say teen tal is a 16-beat cycle, that means it will go 1 to 16 and again it will come to 1 back. It won't go 16, 17, 18, 19 infinitely. Okay, so all the tals that we have, they are nothing but the different or various beat cycles. Okay, so that is the difference between tal and the lay. Lay, which gives you the uniform time interval with the sound, doesn't make you in a cycle. But in a practical music, those lays are never useful. There is no application of those lays. Only when you are doing some technical practices like playing alankars and all these things, there it may be helpful. But whenever we are creating music, it has to be bound in some cycle. Okay, so the second characteristics of the jhod, that it is 4-beat cycle, or you count it as an 8-beat cycle. So the science behind any cycle is, if you divide the number of the cycles, beat cycles, by 2, or you multiply the number of beat cycle with 2, the whatever answer we get has the same family or has the same impact. So when I say 4-beat cycle, which is equal to 8-beat cycle, which is also equal to 16-beat cycle, not the 12. 12 belongs to the family of 3, because 12 divided by 2 is a 6, divided by 2 is a 3. Okay, so if somebody is claiming it's a 8-beat cycle, he is also right, and somebody is claiming it's a 4-beat cycle, that he also is right. So we generally take it as a 4-beat cycle. So two things that we just discussed now, that the tempo should be nearly between 40 to 50 BPM and the cycle should be 4 beat per bar. Okay, then how does it sounds? So with any metronome app, you can set these two parameters. The cycle, they may indicate as a beat per bar, or just bar, or even they just write it as a divide by 4. Okay, 1 by 4, 2 by 4. So that by 4 is a cycle. There we select 4 by 4, and the tempo, it will be very largely displayed on any metronome app. There you select 45 BPM. So this kind of sound we have. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1. So in general, what we do is we start our phrase with the starting of the cycle, that is beat number 1, and we finish our phrase till the beat number 4. Okay, it may be finished before 4, it may be finished within 2 beats, 3 beats, that's fine, but it should not cross the 4. Okay, in advanced Jod, we'll see that you may start your phrase before 1 as well. You can start on 4, you can start on 3, but then you have to justify that why you started so. Okay, so there's some advanced matter that we'll discuss later on, but for now you take one principle or one protocol, that you will start the phrase on the 1 and you will finish it by 4. Okay, you can finish it within 2 beats, 3 beats, maximum up to 4, that you have to end with. So that is the life of your phrase. It will start on 1 and it will finish on 4, and for that you need a metronome in your general practice. Anyway, the 4-beat cycle is a neutral or natural cycle for anybody. You know, if you ask anybody to play something or sing something, he or she will definitely sing into 4-beat cycle. That's why we are choosing a 4-beat cycle for Jod, because when you will be playing the Jod, there won't be any metronome or there won't be any percussion instrument with you on the stage when you are performing. For practice, we of course we can use. So on the performance, you won't be accompanied by any percussion instrument. You yourself will keep this tempo. With your playing, the tempo will reflect. So for the listener side, so okay, suppose with some practice, with some good knowledge of tal, if you are good enough to make your phrase every time into 5-5-5-5, okay, but that audience side, they won't be able to understand it. Okay, so for making the audience understand that what you are doing is very going into 4-4-4, for that we need a 4-beat cycle for practice. ओके, तो जोड़ जो है वो हमेशा 4 बीट में होता है, लेकिन आप प्रैक्टिस करते वक्त आप अलग ताल में अगर प्रैक्टिस करना चाहो तो कर सकते हो, बट इन अ परफॉर्मेंस इट्स ऑलवेज परफॉर्म इन 4 बीट. नी नी सा नी सा sa 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 ni sa pa. Ni sa ni sa pa. Ni sa ni da pa. Ni sa ni da pa. Ni sa ni da pa ni sa. Pa ni sa ni da dha pa. Ni sa ni sa ni sa sa ni da pa. Ni sa ni sa ni sa ni sa pa ni sa ni da pa. So this is a concept of improvisation. See here, out of 4 beats, the first 2 beats are ni sa ni sa ni sa ni sa. They are fixed. The rest, the 2 beats, beat number 3 and 4, that will change in every cycle. Okay, so that will give you a better chance for improvisation, because something is fixed that you can make sure that you have come on the beat correctly, and the other 2 beats are there to improvise. Okay, see, I am just playing solo for a while to give you the example that how we can improvise with this repetition of the phrase. Ni sa ni sa ni sa ni sa pa ni sa. Same. Ni sa ni sa ni sa ni sa ni da pa. Ni sa ni sa ni sa ni pa ni sa ni da pa. Ni sa ni sa ni sa ni sa pa ni sa. So there can be many versions of this, and it is not even fixed that we have to fix the first 2 beat. You can fix the last 2 beat as well, or you can fix just 1 beat out of 4 and keep 3 beat improvise. Okay, so try to find out those phrases that you can repeat in at least for 4 or 5 cycles, some part of that, and some part can be improvised. So that will be a very good way of presenting a jod, or there can be a very good way of improvisation while playing jod. Okay, but again, it's not mandatory that you have to go like that only. It's just one part of improvisation, right? Let's continue. Pa ni sa pa ni sa. ni sa re sa ni. Re sa ni re sa ni re sa ni. Pa ni sa ni re ni.